Well, it just goes to prove you can have all your ducks in order, all lined. Sit down with a pen and paper, make the best educated decision. Some people would say educated guess, because that's basically what it is. And basically have it take a big dump on your forehead. All right, folks. It's Thursday. It's now about 8:30ish a.m. We just had 2 hours worth of drizzling rain. Everything's sopping wet. First things first, this is the time of year now if we're going to check on the cows, and we're going to make a little video during the, in the herd. We're going to see where the bulls are. Butthead's down there by the bale ring. I'm not sure what his problem is. He's fine. He's agitated. He ain't happy about something. These two meatheads, they've been fighting for the last 30 minutes or better, and something just riled up the Holsteins. This is also the time of year we're getting up to it where a sidearm needs to be kept in the Ranger. Just because. I think they're just playing. Yeah, today was the beginning of a huge, for us, production. 2-3 day production in small squares. This 2.5 hour drizzle of rain probably just cost this farm 5,000 effing dollars. I'm not one to spit numbers like that, but you got a couple choices. You can go cry in your soup somewhere. You can go get a 30-pack, disappear for the day, and camouflage your anger. You can punch out a window. Or you can calm down and make a YouTube video of the cattle on grass. So that's what we're doing. Very heartbreaking morning this morning. Very maddening. But you can only control what you can control. And you gotta let the rest go. I don't know what Butthead's ordeal is. Alright, I'm all over the place here, folks. Basically, my big heyday of that prime 99% alfalfa that I chose to dry bale for the high premium quality horse hay market versus making baleage and wrapping for sales this winter just exploded in my face. I've got probably about 13 phone calls to make. I'm gonna wait. I don't even know why I'm gonna wait. It's been discounted today. I'm gonna wait a few hours here, and I've got to get a hold of everybody, let them know that the sales are not happening tonight, the bale is not happening today, and ask them if they still want their hay that has received probably about a few hours worth of rain. We actually got another hour's worth in the forecast that came out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. So, enough of that boo-hoo story. You meatheads. Meathead 1, Meathead 2. Meathead 1, Meathead 2, and Butthead. We got them all figured out, their names now. Alright, so AI breeding process is over. The ruckus of the mornings of heat detection and AI breeding and running the corral system and the gates and everything else is done. What takes that place now is just looking, watching, and documentation. One of you boys hurt the other one, I'm going to shoot you both. That's very common. If you're running anything more than one bull, 2 or 3 or 4, hell, there's people that probably run. I know one guy not too far from here, he's running 13 of them. One of the larger beef operators, actually probably the biggest in the UP of Michigan, and a great individual. Someday we're gonna have to do a look-see, maybe a sit-down talk with him. That'd actually be a really nice video to do, and maybe even head out to his, I'm gonna call it his Ponderosa. Understand that man works 20 hours a day. Nothing was given to him, nothing. And we got a good friendship, little relationship going. And yeah, but you get bulls together, and that's going to happen. Half of that is play, half of that is competition. It's who's ruling the roost, who's better than the other, who's stronger than the other, who's dominant. And they're trying to figure that out right now. Now Butthead, he's got them both. But right now they're trying to figure out who's next in charge. And I couldn't tell you. They'll figure it out. And so will the cows. Meatheads. All right, so welcome to the North Hill. Stated on a video that's uploading as we speak that pasture systems were opened up yesterday, about 24 hours ago. Understand, I shut everything down about a month ago, fertilized the hell out of everything. The North Hill, the South Hill, where the Holsteins are. You can probably see the border. It's between that feed wagon and that deer blind. That's the chunk that's called behind the barn. I'll be lucky if they can spend 2 days there, starting tomorrow morning. And then on the other side of the deer blind is what we call Kuthas. That's a 4-day affair, and that's thick as thieves back there. Hey girl, what you doing? What you curious about? Huh? What you curious about? Look at you good-looking sons of guns, you. 1090 is staying on this farm, period, end of story. It's a beautiful looking heifer calf right here too. Hey, settle down. They're just happy is all it is. Happy and a little, you know, with the bulls doing their thing. Here comes Butthead joining the party. So yeah, we're going to turn this around here, a little bit of attitude. We're going to make this fun. I'm going to state the obvious here. You know, attitude makes a big difference here. Farming's tough enough, agriculture in general. This was a big hit for me today. Contrary to popular belief, this was a huge, huge hit for me today. And a real kick in the butt as far as catering to the needs of good high-end quality to the horse hay market, which is a tricky market. It's even trickier when you make a lot of promises and you can't produce. So yeah, a lot of phone calls to make today and see if anybody still wants their hay with a little bit of rain that came on it. Tomorrow's a new day. But that means tomorrow everything needs to be baled. Both fields, grand total of about 42 to 44 acres. Drop in the bucket to many of yous, that's unheard of and unthinkable here. But it doesn't matter, it has to be done because we have rain coming Saturday. Still plan on square baling. 1,000+ bales, not only for people that will still choose to take their product that received a little bit of rain, But also, you know, now we're talking excellent cattle hay. That hay mow needs to be filled. There needs to be thousands of bales put in that hay mow, and I'm lacking severely. So we still got a lot of work to do, but today's a shot in the old pants. Okay, I explained the next couple of grazing systems here after the North Hill is done tomorrow morning. And then, of course, beyond the structures, you can see the grazing paddock system. That'll be opened up after all this is done, about 7 days from now. And there's almost roughly 30 days of rotations in the grazing paddock system. As far as the Holsteins go here on the South Hill, that's going to remain open up to them for some time. Let them mow that all down, and a little bit of extra freedom versus just being, you know, subject to their lot there. I will be shutting that down again at some point. Now we're getting later in the year. It'll probably be a 2-week shutdown at some point when I deem necessary for another proper little bit of a regrowth, and then they'll hit it again for the rest of the year until they leave. The Holsteins are scheduled to leave the first or second week of November because I have to. I'm starting my weaning off process early this year. Last year was a big remembrance of what can happen in the month of November. It was an absolute disaster here. It made life hell. So we're gonna take a little ride. I'm literally making this video to just calm down a little bit. Just a tad amount of anger going on here this morning, but you boys got it figured out yet? Apparently not. Well, you give me a bottle of Jack and I'd come into the mix with you boys. Meathead 1, Meathead 2. See, big boy, he's smart. He's going to let them play and fight. He made his way down to all the ladies. It's obviously a red heifer calf. That calf is going to live at this farm, I can promise you that. So yeah, this is the time of year where you watch the bulls, watch for breedings, so you can do the best you can to document it. Just kind of so you know what to expect come spring. Oh, I need to figure out what I'm going to do today. How you girls doing? All right? Everything okay? Really enjoy having the Holsteins here. Really do. I got full minds of ripping this line out. That either needs to be ripped out and do what I'm about to tell you, or ripped out and redone. She's getting kind of ratty. This fence line right here. My easy words to you are is I would like to rip out this fence line, fill this in because this is a very awful, terrible low spot. This gets nasty. And then create about 40 more headlock stalls in here that serves this portion of the yard. Not only for future more Holstein heifers, but for my beef calves during the winter. And not to mention, if you heard if you heard me talk on a previous video about a seed stock sale program, that means a lot more calves held back during the winter and feeding. Well, the problem is right now, it's not a problem, but that stanchion system that you see right there is 30 lock stalls. Well, I got 40 head here. Now, it's not a huge deal, but 30 of them can properly be fed their grain ration, which is very important to these Holstein heifers. The rest of the grain has to be put in that yellow bunk right there for, you know, by rights, 10 more of them to get their healthy grain ration. And they do a good job. Everybody gets what they need here for nutrition. But just kind of thinking ahead. We'll see what happens. Something needs to be done. The reality of something happening this fall, I don't know. It's kind of a tall order to talk about here with markets and the uncertainty of what's going to happen. I hate to talk like that, but this is kind of a small business here. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Things are good except for this this morning of rain that has destroyed my haymaking day. On to something else. What? I don't know. I'm all caught up on maintenance. There's 1,000 odd jobs to pick. What I probably could do is go get that fence post pounder and throw in about 20-30 fence posts. I was going to wait to do that this fall. I didn't have time this spring to really make any new fence. I was going to reserve everything for this October. We'll see what happens. All right, folks, appreciate you being my counselor. I'm settled down now. I'm calmed down. I was mattered in a heart attack not too long ago. This day is a bust. All that planning, all that work. This yard and driveway was going to be littered with trucks and trailers here this evening. That's gone. And I'll most likely lose 75% of those sales because I'm an honest man. And of course, this you know, the product being rained on, you know, people don't want that. But I am in the cattle business, so it's an excellent plan B. The thing that hurts is I'm at my quota and over for cattle feed now. I have been for some time, and we need to do a bale yard video. But yeah, it's a nice, calm, beautiful morning. Comes down to it, we did need a shot of rain, but I was hoping for it to hold off until Saturday. I seen the cornfield yesterday as well. We need to do a video there also. It is pretty damn fantastic. Just like everybody else's corn and soybeans up here. We've just really had the weather for it this year. Pretty good stuff. Talk to you sooner and later.